Hi, my name is Brett Cunningham, owner of Physio and Ross in Townsville. Many of the younger physio students will often ask me, what do you think makes a good physio? Now, obviously with time we get better with our skills, we've been to more courses, we've got more feathers in our cap. So, what often works for one particular client, you trial that, it doesn't, but I've got a choice A, B, C, and D still up my sleeve to try and assist. I wish it'd be easier, but not everything works for everyone. So obviously your skills are a big factor. Now, especially in skills, a big thing that I find I get my staff to check is the neighbouring joints, and we call that adjacent joints. I had a person in with severe back pain that had been treated for years by other physios, but when I checked their hips, their hip had incredibly restricted range. I organised an x-ray and it was riddled with arthritis. Nothing was gaining movement. So that hip wasn't moving, but it's bizarre, but often you don't always get pain in the joint that's mainly causing all the pathology. That joint was so stiff that it was overloading the neighbouring joint, his back. Now, that hip joint was a mess. An orthopedic surgeon got involved. It was replaced. That person now has no back pain. Because we were able to get the neighbouring joint doing its fair share of work, which didn't overload the original complaint of the lower back. I think we need also to be a good listener. If people have come from our clients come and they've been to other physios, have a listen to what they've been doing. There's no point in overdoing and doing the same thing. It didn't work, so they're here for a different reason. And that's where, again, with experience, you can try some different techniques. But we also need to listen and find out exactly what caused it. Normally, most issues don't come for no reason. There's either been an increase in your activity, an increase in your walking or your speed or picking up some hills or sleeping in different beds. There's normally something. So not only are we trying to improve through this is the positive things you need to do, but we need to minimize all the aggravating. So we need to educate, all right? We need to become a team. I need to tell you, this is the good stuff and this is the stuff we need to try and minimize. I like to keep it simple, the old KISS principle. It often gets so complicated. Even myself, once I've had people with a chronic issue, I'll often go back and reassess and go, oh my goodness, we're all over the place here now. I've given so many different things. Let's just reassess and just give 3 or 4 things. That's it. Otherwise, it gets too complicated. And when they come back, you need to actually get them to show you what they're doing. Often you think you've taught them a certain way, and you have, and you've written it down as such, but you think it's simple, but it's my field. But when they come back, they're actually doing the exercise completely different to how you taught them. And now the use of phones are awesome because we can now just video on your phone how we want it done. It's a great sort of point to check back on. So you need to check what they're doing. You need to reassess, show me what you're doing. And then as time goes on, you need to be able to progress. Often, people haven't been strengthened enough. And no exercise is to irritate. So we need to know what exercise, what sort of frequency. Let the client take ownership. They can ring me anytime if something's amiss or they're not too sure. But that's basically, you've got your skills, but knowing to check other things, or have they changed their footwear with their runners? Have they changed their type of training? Really delving in as an investigator, trying to find out. So yes, assessing and great skills is one thing, but working with that person and problem solving and not irritating, but taking them and progressing them as the years go on.